first off, huge congrats.
Right.
You hit the deadline, got the bike to the show, and even took home an award. Were you confident the whole time that you'd make it, or was there a moment you thought it wouldn't happen?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Devil's Half Acre for a great weekend, and Danny for helping me get the bike ready, and Dad also. But was I confident? To be honest, when I first got there, I didn't even take the bike in the show. They came to me and asked me to put it in.
Right.
So I turned around, but there's a lot of nice bikes there. Not really, I guess, but maybe. I don't know. Yes and no.
Like, when we first pulled it in, were you confident like that it was like 5 days, no problem, or were you like?
Oh God, no! Like every day was just different. Like this is the first bike I've ever really done. Definitely, and I don't know much about wiring, and all the wires got cut, which we should have labeled, but that didn't get done. Other than that, putting it back together and stuff didn't really bother me. It was more or less things I didn't know how to do or things I didn't touch.
Right.
But yeah, we always get her done.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
always
get her
seems to
done.
come together. And I feel like the whole wiring drama was something to learn from.
Oh, for sure, it was different. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Figured it out.
And it was kind of just like a mad tear on that day one, and everybody was just
Oh,
assembling
yeah.
and
Right.
trying to get it all out. But
Deja vu.
yeah, lots of memories of all of that stuff. So how does it feel to have a bike again?
Feels great to have a bike, and it's like a legal bike at that, which is I'm proud of. Yeah, that's the best thing. I love riding, and it's great to be able to do it legally now.
You must get a lot of looks now.
Well, like the bike's not for everyone. Made that clear on the internet, I guess. But you know what? If you don't like it, don't look at it, I guess. I like it, and it's all that matters. To me, anyway.
Do you get a lot of thumbs up on the road?
Yeah, man. Everybody loves it that I see. It's like maybe they go home and don't like it when they get home. I don't know, but how can you not think it's pretty?
You honestly have to look at it when it goes by.
Yeah, I think a lot more people appreciate it when they see it in person.
Yeah.
Other than on the internet.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own taste, and that's okay.
I hear you. Okay, so back to having a bike again. Can you talk about what happened the last time you had a bike?
Oh, I had a couple dirt bikes, and my last dirt bike, I was in a pretty serious accident with it. So when I got this bike here, I didn't really look for something with a bunch of power right off the hop anyway, so I really don't need it. And I almost killed myself a couple times on them. The last one was really scary, so to get back on it's just a big thing, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm not out there to race or, fool around.
It down.
I'm just cruising.
Yeah. So you had a bad accident, and how long were you in the ICU that time?
I was in the ICU for 60 days, and I was in a coma for 12. No, I was in the ICU for 40 days.
Wow.
And I was in a coma for 12, if I can remember. Yeah, just about that. I spent most of my summer in the hospital.
Wow. Can you have scars from that?
Oh, yeah. So this is my skin graft. So what they did is they took skin from here and replaced it there. I was supposed to lose my leg at one point, but luckily I get to keep it. And then they ripped me open here, or I ripped myself open here. And yeah, I feel like
What happened there? The handlebars went in?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I remember being in the air, and then as soon as I hit the ground, it was over. I was in the ditch, and I was kind of trying to leap over the road a little bit. And I think I hit something on the other side, but who knows? Didn't feel a thing.
You've had a lot of accidents like that.
Oh yeah, all kinds.
Yeah, so...
Trucks, cars, bikes, sleds. I jumped my sled in the back of some lady's SUV one day going up the road.
Snowmobile?
Oh yeah. Just, stupid.
Did it end up in the hospital?
No, the last one was my worst one. That one scared me the most. That one scared me the most. I didn't, when I woke up, when you go in a coma and you wake up 15 days later, it's the weirdest feeling ever.
I can't imagine.
It's the weirdest feeling, right? But lucky to be here.
Definitely. That's scary that you'd even consider getting back on a bike.
Well, I think I did it to myself. I don't think it was my riding. I mean, when you ride every day, you get comfortable. When you don't ride every day, and I just hopped back on my bike after a few months thinking it was just yesterday I was riding. Not the case. So if you want to be better at something, you got to do it every day, right?
True.
Hesitation's big too.
Yeah.
When you're on a motorcycle and you start hesitating it's not your day, it's got to be committed all the time.
Right. Okay. So let's get back to this build. How did this whole 5-day build idea even come about? Seemed like we went and bought the V-Star, you had it insured and registered the next day, and then you immediately pitched this insane deadline. What made you jump in like that?
Well, we did it on TV for 2 years, which so I know we could do it, and you know, why not? I said everybody seems like the paint reveals, stuff like that. So, in my brain, it was gonna be quick, easy, whatnot. But no, we were in the garage every night till 10. But we got there, and what made me do it is Jolene said yes.
True. I approved it pretty quick.
We got approved.
Okay, so when you brought the idea forward, I backed it instantly, but Chad was more hesitant. What did that dynamic feel like for you?
I don't think it's not that Dad wasn't interested in doing it. It's just we don't have nothing here really for bikes. We don't even have metric tools, and I think Dad just knows what things take a lot more than all the rest of us in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just something I think Dad knew everything in his brain before we started, which is, and then you know what, like there was definitely a minute like Thursday night when like, you know, people had to be places and things weren't getting done, and like, I don't know, like you just never know. We could have put that tank bonnet back on and the things back on, the thing might have started. I don't know, but it did.
Yeah, true.
So I just think Dad knows what it takes more than kind of the rest of us.
Yeah.
And there's always that possibility there when you rip something apart, you might not get it back together.
That's true. Okay, so Chad made it clear he was putting the weight of this build on you. How did that pressure affect you, and did it push you harder or weigh you down?
Double edge. Some days I felt a little down when we were talking about it and stuff like that, because obviously every comment that Dad makes, good or bad, it worries me a bit. Like he builds things with 4 wheels, and I'm thinking in my brain we can't handle something with 2. But you know, Dad's always there, but I think he puts that on me there because he wants me better, and the only way I'm going to be able to do it is if I go do it right. And like I say, example, if I painted it and put the thing full of runs, it's not his fault. It's my bike, right? And happily I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
So and it turned out well, you know. So I have to, more or less, he wants to see me do it, and you know, even if I do fail, like I could do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just might not have made it for that show,
True.
but I did.
Yeah.
And it's not like he put it all on me too, because every night we were in here, he was sitting right here beside me till the end of the night. But I don't think it was in a bad way. It's more like just you got to go for it if you want something, right? You got to go for it if you want something. And like now, I should be able to rip these things apart and do them on my own without him here.
True.
And that's what I plan to do, but
You're
someday,
definitely getting more independent with the whole process.
And I'd love to see him get more into bikes, like building size and stuff like that, because sky's the limit. Cool. Like, I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah,
That's sissy bar. Where do you get one of those at?
Right here.
That's it. You can't get those, you know, off the shelf.
Actually, it's cool how the reference between like this fin and the Cadillac build, and how you and Deanne like first met during the Cadillac build.
Yeah.
So I feel like she was really excited about
Right.
that.
With the circles, we kind of went with the handlebars in a sense. Like we wanted to match that in a way. I don't know. It's just like 5 days. It all goes so fast. Now, if you're doing a bike in like 6 or 7 months, you can sit back and you can choose what you like and you don't like. But we just wanted something cool to pop and like quick and like. And we did it. And like the thing is, my girlfriend's happy with it. It matches her car. So we ride out Ken Foley Minus and whatnot together, and everybody loves it. I mean, it doesn't do justice for it until you see it in person.
Yeah.
And obviously everybody around here liked it, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you don't like it, it's not your taste.
Yeah,
that's
it's okay.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Like some
And
people.
I ride it every day. So
Yeah. It's your daily driver now.
the daily rig, right? I ride this bad boy back and forth to work every day, insurance and gas for like $100 a month.
Yeah.
And you can't beat it.
No, you
Where do you go
can't.
wrong?
Yeah.
Right? And it looks cool.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely one of a kind.
You want to see it in the sun.
Yeah. It looks good right here, actually. Like the
It
paint.
always looks good.
Yeah.
Right? And like, no, I mean, I'm just getting into the bike scene too. Like, I know everybody's kind of stuck in their Harley ways and stuff like that. And it is just a 650 Yamaha V-Star, you know, but it's mine and it gets me around.
Yeah.
And I like it.
It's funny, I keep seeing the same bike on Marketplace, like, and there's so many different variations that you
like,
can do. It's
And
actually,
like the thing is, I like the worst of them too. Like, I look around a little bit, and there's some on there that are cleaner looking, they're going for like $4,000, and there's some on there that are a little dirtier looking, going for $2,000. But at the end of the day, I think this is a good bike just to turn on, and you know it's always going to turn on. You get back and forth to work on it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, and when I'm done with it, I'll roll it aside and start something else.
Yeah.
Like,
It actually was a cool looking bike when you bought it, but
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
crazy how much you can transform something in 5 days.
Just with the bikes, I had this thing in my image, like the back tire, like the big bulky stuff in the back. Not a fan of. I like the little fenders, and you know that's the first thing I'll probably do with any bike I have is make the fender smaller.
Right.
It's just I like that style. And the thing is, I'm not a very tall person either, right? And I enjoy being able to put both feet on the ground and sitting in town, like where I'm always stop start everywhere. It's not like we're cruising, you know, the streets of California down the street. No, it's not like that here.
No.
It's bumpy, it's rocky. There's gravel everywhere. There's cars everywhere. You know.
True.
So like as you comment and like stuff like that, think about where you live too and the conditions we're in.
That's true.
Like we don't have the availability to roll my bike over to a brand new paint booth and whatnot. Like we're dirty down here. It's dirty. Things are, you know, like
we have what we have.
We did what we could for outdoors, right? And like I don't know.
I feel like that's one of the cleanest paint jobs that we've done.
That's what I'm saying. Like you know,
like,
beautiful man.
Okay, you know? So let's get back to you and Chad. How does Chad's energy affect you during a build like this? When he's stressed or checked out, does it throw you off or does it tune it out?
It all depends on how he says it, when he says it. Like sometimes Dad's very like, he does the same thing when we build something. He'll put it up and he'll go stand in the doorway and then he'll just start talking to himself. And then when he does stuff like that and he stands over there and he says, I don't know about this one, like that kind of makes me feel a little funny for a minute. Like I don't know like how to feel, but I know I know he won't let me fail. So
it actually surprised me how checked out he was. Like just
he's loving it in the end.
Yeah,
he's having a good time in the end.
Yeah, I think he just enjoyed like the pressure not on him to perform and to watch you have to figure it out and like.
Oh yeah, another thing is too, it's funny. Like we don't have one metric tool in here. You know, we just went for it and it turned out. And like, that's all you can ask for, right? Like, what more could you ask for?
True. The last day on Friday, I feel like you were pacing the shop quite a bit.
Just like stupid stuff. Like the one thing I realized is, you know, the work it takes to put a new set of handlebars on a bike, like big money too to buy them, like the longer cords and stuff like that. Like even custom creation. Shout out to them too for helping me with this brake line. Like they hooked me up real quick, and like even like everybody just comes together in certain times. Even it doesn't matter what it is as long as you love doing it. True. Right?
Yeah.
Had people all over message asked me to help, coming up to help me wire. Anything they could do to help that they knew people were offering, right? And
that's big. I knew, like, as soon as you said you wanted to do the handlebars, I was like, man, that's going to be a lot bigger chore than...
I thought about that too, and like as I was doing it, I got thinking like riding too, like with those big handlebars. But you know what? Like I love those handlebars. I find I have way more control of the bike with leaning and everything like that.
You?
Oh
okay.
yeah, 100%.
So you do like enjoy the ride
Oh yeah,
better.
I can see more. 100%.
Okay.
100%. Yeah. But.
Cool. Okay, let's talk about paint. What were your honest thoughts when the design kept changing? Because we went from flames to scallops to stripes. Like, are you happy with the stripes or would you have rathered flames? Like, what would, if it was your call?
When you look at it, like, how can you not enjoy it? Like, at most part, like, it was my girlfriend had a big play in it, Deanne. She got a brand new car there, that fuchsia BMW. So, like, I thought it'd just be cool. We'd have something to roll around together in, right? Because she couldn't really get on the back of this, and she enjoys it. And you know what? Like, we're a shop, we're a team. Ideas come out with the flow, and we go with them, right? Like, that's how it goes. I don't know.
That's true.
It's my dad. It's not like he's my enemy. Like, I don't think he's gonna set me up for failure. Like, but now if like, that's what we try to do. Like, what could you do more in 5 days other than a nice paint job that stands out? Like, it's got all the attention because even the people that hate it just want to look at it because they hate it so much.
It's true.
And if you love it, you love it. You know, like all yous are looking. So like at the end of the day,
I feel like that's what we are very good at is polarizing people's opinions. Like some people will hate something, some people will love it, and like
that's just it. And I don't mind opinions. Get rid. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't know what to tell you, but for sure, like it doesn't just because we built one like this doesn't mean that there's never going to be one done again.
Yeah.
You know
with
what I mean? Like
flavor.
If I were to build another bike for sure, I could do it like a flat color, some stickers on it, make it, what the bike scene is, I guess you would say. Like that said, every bike doesn't have to be mean. You know what? But this bike is mean when I get on it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I don't know.
The exhaust was donated from Jack.
Yeah, my buddy Jack gave us those. And
you're happy with them?
Oh man, I don't know if it's the exhaust that makes this thing go on the way it does, but like it goes on. It rattles and prowls and everything else. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Nice.
I do. But another thing with those exhausts and stuff like that, you get sounding good. You just get onto it more, and that breaks things. So.
Does it?
Oh well, I mean, you're onto it all the time. You're just breaking.
Okay.
You're trying to get the the noise, and it just
Okay.
So I try to drive it easy. Put my headphones in so I don't got to listen to it.
Okay. All right. So when you first rolled into the show, you parked like not in the show and shine. You were just kind of in the spectator like bike area, and then they came up to you. The organizers asked you to pull it in. What was going through your head? Like, were you excited for them to invite you into like the actually award winning bikes?
I was really excited. They actually asked me once, and I said I'm not interested. And then they went to my dad and asked him to do it again, right? And then Dad asked me. I said, well, see, I didn't want to get into like the pissing match with anybody, right? I just wanted to be there and have fun.
Yeah.
If you like the bike, you like the bike. Like I don't know, but I ended up pulling it in and ended up winning, right? And I'm so appreciative, like. And especially that too, like that means everybody in the whole show chose my bike.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of beautiful bikes around me. Like I'm talking brand new street glides and everything. And it's not like they're all beautiful bikes, but what made everybody like it, right? So, it's cool.
Because it's something
Right?
that nobody's seen before,
Right?
I guess.
And it's like even at that, if you hate it, you still want to look at it.
Yeah, I thought it was cool being parked beside was it a Sportster?
Yes, it was like a Evil Knievel type deal.
Yeah.
That was cool as well, yeah. And like even that bike, that was my pick. I loved that bike. That was
Yeah.
cool. And I find too is like when you get into the Harley and stuff, there's obviously customs and stuff like that for sure. But I noticed that it's a lot of just different paint styles. Nobody's doing like on the street glides and all that stuff. They're not doing anything crazy, but like making them really clean looking. And I love that too. Don't get me wrong, but I like to buy this old bike the way it was because I didn't mind welding on it.
Yeah,
I didn't
true.
mind doing that. If I bought a brand new bike and financed it, I couldn't do that.
True.
Right? Or I wouldn't do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? And I plan on doing that. Just I wanted to get back and forth to work, and we bought this bike, and it ended up getting in the shop, and like can't be more grateful.
You did a lot of body work too. Like
Oh yeah.
that was probably the biggest time consuming.
Oh yeah. Well, and the thing is though too, like I do whack the filter things, but you know what? Like I'm sanding to get done, and I can't do nothing with nothing. So like I'm not the best. I shouldn't say I'm not like I'm okay at bodywork, but I'm not fantastic. I'm not great yet. I'm practicing every day, getting better. But I find with a little more on there, I can sand my way to something that looks decent, right? And like that tank, I only did that once. I didn't put more fill on it more than once.
Okay.
I brought it down,
Yeah. It looked good when it was sanded down.
and every time I do something, it's always getting better, I think. And we transition here a lot, right? Like some days we're right on the metalwork, and some days we're sanding, right? And like it's different. If you could just sand every day, well, obviously you're gonna,
Yeah. Master it.
it's gonna take time. This stuff takes time, right? You have to touch for it, feel for it, and you gotta have an eye for it, right?
I feel like you're really like a natural with painting. Like, do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it, but don't get me wrong. I would love to learn the proper spray techniques, but I'm taking my time. It's like my second time spraying. Everybody's got to relax a little bit with that stuff there. I know there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. Don't get me wrong, but when I put my paint on the bike, it looks no different than when you put your paint on your bike, and it's the end process. It looks no different.
Yeah.
To me, anyways. I don't know if you could come and see it in person, you would see what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. And the only way to get it smoother is just like sand it down again and
Do it again,
clear
right?
coat it.
Do it again. And I think if you get a run in it somewhere, so you do sand it down again and do it again. Like I don't know.
And there was no runs, and that's like
No,
a big
didn't
thing
get one run in at all.
when you're like spraying clear coat and with metal flake and stuff. Like
Yeah, for me that was big. Like to be able to go to that show and people were asking like, who painted that? Who painted that? Like, I painted that, right? And like if people know when you look at this, like there's 3 days of painting here. We did it in 5 days, and there's assembly and everything else too. So you can the proof's in the pudding on how long I was in here in the last 5 days.
true, and it is like a multi-step paint process. It wasn't just like single stage. That was something that you said that you learned through the process, was how different it was spraying single stage urethane versus like base clear.
100%. Yeah, way different. Like I was thinking, like when we were spraying I think it was the urethane. You spray the urethane, you want to see it go on wet so you don't get them dry spots, right? And then the base clear was different. Wasn't using. There's a lot to learn here.
Yeah.
And with the TV show, like we didn't get to deep dive into like me learning everything all the time. There's just no time. But this time around, like you're watching me firsthand actually learn this stuff. Like all like
And
and
practice.
yeah, my brain's here this time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I couldn't be happier. And like when you do good things and people around you notice that you're doing good things, look what happens, right? You like my car, my bike, I'm working hard.
Yeah. Must be motivating to
Yeah,
get
it
the
is.
feedback.
It is, right? And it shows too. Like the next time when Dad has a show coming up, like I'll be in the garage here with him till midnight, and we'll get her done, right? Same thing, right? And it goes back and forth.
Yeah,
right.
for sure. So a lot of people have been following your journey closely, and okay, so when we did the dinner up at Dwayne's, and there was beer.
Thanks,
and
Dwayne. That was some good dinner, buddy.
It was good dinner. It was a good steak. But people were concerned to see you drinking, and they thought that maybe you slipped off the sobriety thing from before, but drinking was never part of.
See, when it comes to drinking beers and stuff like that, like if I went to a restaurant, and like I'd take my chocolate milk before I finish my beer, right?
Yeah.
But like I'm not unaware of that. Alcohol always leads to the next problem for sure.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of supportive people in my life, and I'm around my dad every day. I'm around my girlfriend every day. I don't go out and do stuff, so it's like for me to have a couple beer, it's surroundings. Is
But
what
that was
kills
never like
me.
something that you tried to
No,
quit.
God,
It
no.
was like the drug scene
It
that
was
you
the
tried
drug
to
scene
quit.
that hurt me.
Yeah.
It was never the alcohol that hurt me.
So I just feel like people were thinking that you slipped off the train, but you didn't.
No,
Weren't on that
God, no.
train.
I wasn't even on that train.
Yeah.
But like I will agree, it all does start with alcohol.
Sure.
But the right surroundings definitely help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're doing good things, you don't have thoughts of that stuff, because when you're out doing drugs and stuff like that, like you're down. You don't got anything going.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Even with alcohol, I feel like moderation is.
Oh, 100%, right? Keep it down.
Yeah.
If you're going out drinking, like I don't go out and get drunk, so I don't. I watch everybody else get drunk and do what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's if I got. Like I
was
said, even the night we won, we didn't even go anywhere. We just sat home. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not into it anymore, because I know where it leads.
Yeah, I feel like that was some of the advice your dad gave you when you first came here, was like, don't be the drunkest one at the party.
Oh yeah, right. Or just don't go to the party at all.
Yeah, true.
Better things to do.
True. Okay, a lot of people have thought it's cool seeing your and Deanne's relationship and how she's been so supportive, like of the whole bike thing and the color choice and everything. So how is it having her involved in this one?
It's awesome having her involved in anything we do, for sure. It's like we spend every day together. We do everything together, just like you and Dad. And it makes me happy too, because it is really cool. But it makes her happy as well, because we can ride around together. And you know what? That bike and that car together, like they just. It works.
Good.
When we go around, people know that we're together, and it's awesome. And she's here every step of the way, and I can't. And she's got the motivation to drive too, all the way back to buy her car.
100%.
And she's offered it, and like, real men wear pink. So I don't know what to tell you.
You guys were definitely matching. Okay. How does it feel knowing you've got a worldwide audience watching you grow, not just as a builder, but as a person? Does that motivate you or add pressure?
It motivates me. How do you even say this? I get motivated in my own head, but at the same time, I don't read what anybody really says, because sometimes it's really not nice. And that's okay. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But in my head, I like to think everybody's following us in the right manner.
Yeah.
But just shows who you are, what you comment, I guess.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, just comment, not my style, maybe try this. Or like I've seen some comments on there, like just ripping people down to their lowest. Like I just can't even believe they have the time to type that.
It's true. It's a reflection of who they are and their misery, I think.
Well, if you don't like it, you don't got to like it. But like that has nothing to do with somebody's weight or how they look or anything whatsoever, right? Like just focus on, anyways. But do what you guys got to do.
Yeah. You have to take the good with the bad. I mean, like.
And people out there that are supporting, thank you. I appreciate that also.
Yeah.
But like I said, what keeps me going, like this interview, I won't watch this. I don't watch your episodes, because I can't get caught up in what everybody else is saying. Like, nor that I care, but that's just human, right? You get reading, you get thinking, you get believing, right? And that just ruins it for you.
It's true. It's good that you're able to shut it out.
Don't bother me a bit.
It's good.
And anybody out there that is saying anything like that, like, I don't know, I've yet for somebody to come up and say it to me, face to face, like, hey, you're this and you're that and your bike is this, and I haven't been yet, so.
Yeah.
And I don't think they will, but if you don't have, all of us went to school. If you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it, right? Just like keep your hands to yourself. What's the difference?
True. Yeah. Very true.
Everybody's their own person. You can all have your opinions.
Mm-hmm. Just have to make sure that you don't get on the internet and trash people.
I don't post nothing. I share.
Yeah, there you go. You actually made a cool reel the other day with you and Deanne.
Oh, Deanne
driving
made
through
that
town.
driving around
Yeah.
too. See, that's what it's all about to me right there. Like that, when you work hard to get your bike, that's that little, 35 minutes of driving around. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, so what are your honest thoughts about how Chad and I work together? You've had a front row seat to our dynamic. What's it like from your perspective?
You and Dad?
Yeah.
Just like anybody else, man, I suppose. Like it's hard to work with your spouse or your partner, but everything seems fine to me. You guys work great together, You do your thing, he does his thing, and you both meet in the middle.
That's true.
What more. But usually it's what Jolene says goes, and you're the manager, right? I mean, come on now. Dad's
It's a collaboration.
It's a collaboration, but you need what you need for your videos,
Yeah.
right? And like we have to
True.
do what we have to do to make it
There's
happen.
a system.
There's a system. I shouldn't say it like that. I don't mean it like that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's a system. Things have to go a certain way to get things done. Like we do an hour video every day.
Yeah.
We work all day for 1 hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like with these things here, like with the bike, it was easy to get not easy, I should say, but we could get content quick because it was something changing. Like when you go here, like to fix that up, like that door, you got to weld all the way, make that look nice. And Dad doesn't want to move on until that looks nice to do something else. And it's a lot of work to get to the point for that hour video a day.
Yeah.
And you really got to think of what you're doing. You got to stay focused all the time. And the fact that you guys can do that and,
Yeah.
not act out is respectable to me.
Yeah, that's good.
You guys, yeah. Whole different atmosphere than TV.
Yeah.
Everybody's so much better, calmer, all of us together,
Yeah.
Everybody knows what's going on.
It's a lot more easygoing.
And I'm a lot easier on the head, I think, anyways.
Yeah.
I got myself, medicated with my ADHD and whatnot, which helps a lot.
Yeah.
When somebody's, flying, it's probably tough on somebody, right?
Yeah.
But what I try to pay attention to now is when I'm working with Dad is what's next, right? If I can have the grinder plugged in, or if I can, but if it's coming to the point now where he's on his own and I'm on my own now, but even when I'm there, like just try to be there before it's done, or you're not doing anything, sweep the floor, or just
Being proactive.
simple things, right?
Yeah. Makes a big difference
It
when
all comes back to you.
Yeah. Okay, so what was the biggest lesson, I guess?
Biggest lesson. For me, if you're doing something for yourself and you have a bunch of people battling or working on it with you or whatnot, I know everybody is always in the right mindset. They want to help, they want to do good, and yes, 100% I agree with that. But my biggest lesson is you gotta take a little control of what's going on everywhere, right? All
Like
the
you.
time. Yeah, me, for example, yeah. So like for Dad, I think that's what Dad was looking for out of me the whole entire time, is to take control of my build.
Right.
As things are going on and I wasn't paying attention, like I should be everywhere as well. Things are getting taken apart, because if that person can't be here, anything, right? I'm responsible to do it.
Right.
And with the wires, the wire thing, they had to be cut to come out for sure. But at the same time, it's like if they were all taped and wired and everything else, and it would have been a lot easier doing those things, right? But like I said, bag and tag, like that's something like, and in my brain, I was a little slower getting my side apart because I'm running around making sure every bolt and every washer is together.
Right. Yeah. And
But just make sure you pay attention to everything that's going on all the time, right? And especially bikes. You go downtown and something falls off, like you're in danger, right? Like you make sure all your things are tight and everything like that. Keep it clean and make sure you got to be planned for the next day, or like you got to know what you're doing the next day, right? Like
it takes a lot of organization, like just in the brain to keep
and
everything
to get
in
ahead,
order.
like you just can't wait for for like the sanding and stuff. I had to stay on that. I couldn't just wait for somebody to come sand it for me. I had to do it or it wasn't going to get painted, right? And like there had to be a certain amount done every day to make it happen.
True.
Because the way the paint schedule was, it just wouldn't have happened if we didn't get things done in them times.
Yeah. I feel like when there is a deadline, then it's like you have that order of operations that you can follow, but when there's no deadline, it's kind of like you can,
For sure. And
mess
like,
around.
to me, this just came out of nowhere. It's like I said, I want to take it here, and then it just became a deadline.
Yeah.
But another thing too is like don't build something for a show and give yourself 5 days. You know what I mean? But it's what turned into, and I had fun. I don't regret it. It's great.
Yeah, it actually worked out perfect.
Worked out amazing.
Yeah.
It's great. And
So
you
I
know
feel
what?
like you brought it up on a Saturday, and
Went for it.
and then we started it on a Monday.
Yeah. I think I drove it once, and then we pulled it in.
Yeah. True. Okay. We're coming to the end here. What's your favorite part of the process, like between
My favorite
welding
part?
and fabricating, bodywork, paint? Like, what do you gravitate towards, or what would you rather do if you had a choice?
when all the pieces are to the point where they're done, and you're looking at the table and the bike, and like it's that time when everything's coming back together is my favorite part. It's just sometimes like it gets stressful, man, when you're not doing it all the time and you're looking at things like, what did I do? Like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Dad just would have stopped and said, "Hey, bud, you're on your own now." That's how maybe he might have chose how to do it. They like to teach me, but he never.
Yeah.
Right? But you always got to be ready for those things. You know what I mean? Like all the time.
True.
And I know my bike now. That's 100%. Like I know it.
You know how to take it all apart, put it all back together.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what's next? Now that you've survived this 5-day build, what are you excited to do next? And is there another wild idea already brewing?
I always have wild ideas brewing for sure, but I got plenty. I think this last 2 months, I think it's time just to like, you know, I think Dad's got some things coming up, you know. Just start sanding is what I'm going to do next. I don't know, do as much as I can for Daddy. You know, one of his cars finished up, right? It's, you know, back up a little bit and get back to work. But I always got ideas going. I definitely want to build another bike, and who knows, maybe I'll take one home. And my little apartment, though, I don't got much space to rip things apart, right, and stuff. I don't know. But definitely, I want to do another one, and money too. Like I'm playing on a budget. Like I don't know if everybody thinks that I'm loaded. I certainly ain't. You know, I just doing what I can with what I got.
Do you think you'll take it to other shows?
Oh, for sure. I'll go everywhere with it. Why not? I drive it every day. I'll go down the show. I think I'm going to take it to Digby, or that's another thing too. I'd like to see Dad get more on the bikes because we can build another one. We can build another one. We can build another one.
There's another big bike show coming up.
Yeah, right.
Didn't they come up to you at the show?
Yeah, they invited me to another one. I forget what it was called. It's like a Wharf Rat Rally, but it's like a new one up there. I forget what it's called. Terrible of me to forget right now, but
that's okay.
We hope to plan to go there, and that's summertime and like out riding. It's like there's no more better feeling, you know. And even if your bike's falling apart and you got it twist tied together, as long as you're out there flying around, like who cares?
Yeah.
You know.
True. Now you need a purple suit.
That's just it. Just give her. And I like this too. Like, you know, by the time I get home, I'm dust free.
That's true.
Nothing's getting ruined, you know. And yeah, love it.
Awesome.
And if you don't,
it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I mean, everybody can have their own opinion. I don't care about that, but say all you want. Like, most of the time I ain't reading.
Yeah, it was definitely a controversial design, I think, but it's sort of...
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, everybody's great. Build yourself a bike. You won't be disappointed.
Yep.
Hello, beautiful.
Hey, baby.
I'm a lucky man.
Thank you.
That should be easy to tell.
Are you ready?
Sure, why not? Just questions.
Okay. When Colton first came to you with this idea, what was your honest reaction?
Oh, man. You know, basically, and the reason I thought that was because it's a motorcycle. We don't have anything here for a motorcycle. There's no metric nothing. There's no metric tools. There's no metric bolts, nuts. What can you do to something when you don't mess with them all the time? Like I don't mess with them. I like the look of them, but I don't mess with them. So you really don't know a whole bunch about them, you know, especially the customizing part of one. Just kind of, we just gave him a car, you know what I mean? Like, and to do the bike is like, okay, we'll suck it up. You know, that's what fathers are supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm able to do it, so I did it.
Did you think it was realistic with the timeline and just how fast it all had to happen with the bike show being the deadline? You know what I mean? It was kind of like we had to do it or we weren't doing it.
Well, to pull apart, for one thing, if everybody watched, we all learned something. All the lights have to come off. Like there was no way of taking this bike apart without cutting the wires on the lights. There was no way of doing that. So when that started happening, I kind of honestly thought, wow, like we're in for a treat now, because there's a bunch of work and time and effort to make every wire go back together. So when you start doing that, there was a bunch of body work. We wanted to customize a little bit. Then it turned into building a fender for it. A sissy bar, in my opinion. We put an exhaust on it. We cut all the wrap off the exhaust. And we took everything apart.
It was a full body job.
Yeah, like we were tired. Like basically we had to, yes, it was overwhelming in the end. Like Colton said, it felt like TV. Like a lot of stuff you don't get to see, but I don't know how many people make a fender in a day and weld it all up and sand it and paint it with I don't know how many people do that as they watched.
Yeah.
If it magically just happened because I hit it with a hammer, it means everybody can do it. But I mean, to build a fender in the day, to get all the body work done on the gas tank was a lot, and to fix every piece and to change every color on everything, to get primer on it. Change the handlebars. That's a big process if someone doesn't realize. To change a set of handlebars, all that stuff has to come off. It has to be lengthened. If you haven't got the right stuff, obviously we got a new brake line going there. So we didn't have a brake line for it.
Just the banjo fittings were like $25 a piece.
Yeah, for the brakes itself, all the brake caliper come off. To clean the bike, to do it in 5 days, yeah, we worked hard. Not saying that no one else can do it. I'm just saying that you have to put in the time. You have to put in the time. Yes.
Big time.
Yes.
You were pretty vocal about putting all that responsibility on Colton to take the lead, and why was that important to you this time?
Well, it's important for him to take the lead because it's his bike.
Right.
It's like, I told you what I want done on my car.
Yeah.
Now it's time for you to tell us what you want done on your bike, sort of, like,
Right.
if you know. But first time going through it that's when you learn. This bike, I'll bet you, was more of a learning process for Colton than probably we've done since he's been here.
Well, it was like he really had the weight in his brain to make it all come together.
Yes, that's one thing that he had to do, or I tried to push on him.
Yeah.
Anyways, I tried to make him feel like, man, I'm feeling good. It's up to you.
Yeah.
And so he didn't like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, it had to be done. What's that?
He was pacing quite a few times.
Yes.
Especially coming to the end and knowing that he can't do the wiring aspect and how he was counting on somebody else. That's a big thing, I think. If you can't do something yourself and you have to rely on somebody else, it kind of puts a bigger weight on the situation.
Yeah.
And you were pretty checked out with it, and you were like, it's not my problem.
Listen, I'm happy that Dan did not mark the wires.
Yeah.
And the reason being is everybody learned something.
Yeah.
And it's not something that, I've done it many times, just go and start cutting stuff. And I've had many people, don't do that.
Yeah.
And after a while, you learn not to cut stuff and try to get it apart somehow. But on this bike, there was no possible way without taking off the headlight, without cutting the wires.
Yeah.
There was or the back. So everybody has to understand they had to be cut. We probably should have went about it just a little bit different.
Just a
slower process, just like bag and tag, that sort of stuff. But as we did that, we all, even I learned something. Like Colton and Dan. I mean, let's face it, it was a big learning process right there. To slow down a little bit, and we'll mark everything. And I think everybody watching learned a little bit of something off that.
Yeah.
They might sit back and say, "You should have done this, or you should have done that." But when you're in the moment,
it's two different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
Two different things.
Yeah. And that first day of December.
And Dan helped Colton a lot.
Oh, he big time.
Yeah.
He was here till the end. Showed up the next morning, the day of the reveal, and
yeah, he even threw thanks when he won the trophy. Did he not? Yeah.
So, you've done countless builds under tight deadlines. This one was really no different. Did you enjoy having?
I went like this, but did I enjoy what?
Just having a deadline again. We've been doing YouTube builds, and it's just kind of at our own pace, at our own leisure.
I enjoyed this one more so because it was his bike and he was taking some of the heat and doing the pacing and saying I'm tired and
Plus you had a bad knee, so it was kind of a good chance for you to rest during that week.
But yes, it was good that I got a little bit off. I just took it off of my brain. That's all I did.
Yeah.
I knew that I thought he would make it for sure. I didn't know it would go that well.
Yeah.
But yeah. It was better to just sit back and watch for a little bit. Dan had sweat rolling, Colton had sweat rolling. Dan was entertaining Colton at the same time, and it was good.
Yeah, it was.
That's where a lot of good times are spent, right here in the shop.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Shops all over the world. Some of the best times in the world are in the shop.
True.
Just like kitchen parties.
How does Colton's energy affect you during a build like this? Does his stress level rub off on you or make you push harder?
I'm not sure, really.
Like, did it affect you seeing him flustered and pacing?
When he got flustered, I just tried to motivate him a little bit. You know what I mean? When he got flustered. And then when he was up, I would give him, man, I'm so glad I'm not the boss of this. And then it would kind of, oh, Dad, you're not making me, you know, I did that to him quite a bit. I probably shouldn't have, but it was just in me. It just kind of, like when he was feeling really good, I was thinking, you know, hey man, I'm so glad that you're the boss and all that stuff, and you'll get it. Yeah. And when he was down, I tried to help him a little bit. So it was kind of...
I feel like your comments have a big weight on him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can be good or bad.
Yes.
Depending on the vibe or the tone.
I'm trying to learn as I get going, like just back off a little bit. Trying. Like not every time I do it, but I'm trying. Yeah. I got it. What am I going to say? I'm aware. That's the basic thing was what I can say. I'm aware. Whether I do it all the time, no. Yeah. But I'm aware.
You're aware of...
Jolene reminds me sometimes.
Yeah, I try. Okay, so let's talk about the paint design. It changed 3 times. We were initially going to go with flames, and then Colton suggested scallops. The stripes was decided like minutes before we started masking.
Yes.
So what was the inspiration for the stripes? Like, why did you all of a sudden pitch that idea and just go with it?
I got Jolene to look on the computer, just at, you know, flames and bikes painted and that sort of stuff. A lot of scallops, back around, a lot of long circles, the same shape as the tank. Obviously a lot of flames. I've done many flames myself. And there was actually, when I got thinking about it, he want me to put some white flames on it. And I got thinking about it just before we got painting it. Everybody does, you know, it's been done so many times, you know, the flames, the shape of the tank, the scallops, you know, it's been done so many times. And so no, I'm doing stripes. Jolene had a Freddy Krueger shirt on.
Freddy Krueger.
Or whatever his name is. Got the red and the blue stripes.
Okay, yeah.
And just kind of went to
Was
that.
it a rag?
It was in a rag, but you have that shirt.
Yeah.
You wear that shirt quite a bit, the stripes. And you had a white and black shirt you just bought lately, had stripes on it. Yeah. And let's go stripes. And I have seen a yellow tank with black stripes on it before on like a bumblebee sort of motorcycle, but let's face it, you know, white stripes on a, I don't know what, on a candy or not a candy, but a metal flake paint job. It's kind of over the top. I was going to say thin, but
The sissy bear.
Sissy Bar is so different that what else could I do? I couldn't help myself. Why try something that somebody else could have done or would have thought of? Who would have thought of that?
It's very unconventional for the bike world.
Yes.
Like it's very radical.
And it's like I told that lady, not every bike has to be mean. Like it doesn't have to be black and mean and whatever. Like it doesn't have to be that way. Like they can be light and fluffy and shiny and pearly and you know and different looking and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Maybe just something a little different. As quick as we could. We only had 5 days. I mean. Yeah,
and we weren't spending big money on accessories and chrome and.
One thing we did do, we used all the material in the shop that we had.
That's true.
Yeah, so there wasn't big money flying out. Yeah. Like even the exhaust, Jack bought the exhaust. Yeah. It was there to use, but everything that we used was in the shop. The metal flake was from a guy in Cape Breton. Okay. Remember he came up into the parking lot of.
Oh yeah.
That's where that metal flake come from.
Oh, wow.
Big shout out to you.
Yeah.
He was driving a Riviera.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
That's good.
Anyways.
Cool. Okay.
Something different. Just come to me. Let's do something different.
What did you think of the organizers of the show, like requesting that Colton moves his bike into like the area where they could be judged?
That's awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. You know, but that wasn't really our plan going in. We just wanted to park with all the other bikes. Like
Colton asked me about entering it in the competition. I said, probably not. I said, I don't know what to say. I just said, just go in the bike rally and have fun with it. Like, you know what I mean? When told me that, I was thinking, wow, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
and then, you know, I did understand also, because when you walked up the lane, it was different.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple really nice bikes there, more than a couple, obviously.
Yeah.
But there was nothing when you walk by looked like that.
Yeah.
Like it was just kind of, it took you back for a second. Yeah. And you know, you could knock it in the sense that you're not confident within yourself, if you know what I'm trying to say, to call it, the word is gay, they're using gay. Yeah. If you're not confident in yourself, that could become a thought in your brain. But when you actually look at the bike, it's shiny and it's super clean and it's sparkly and it's really pretty. Like,
yeah, it is.
It like it really is. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's easy to down something, but when you look at it, it's like, wow, that's nice.
It is nice.
It is nice. I don't know what to say. It is nice. Like, there's not much you can do about it. Like the frosting on the cake has been well done. Like it's nice.
The frosting is striped.
Yeah, like it's good.
Okay, so this build had a lot of tension, but it turned out to be a huge success. Do you think that the pressure made the work better in the end, or do you wish like we had more time and more relaxing?
Oh, there's more time. Like, let's face it, we didn't even bury the stripes and clear.
Yeah.
We just put the stripes on and cleared it. So there's still texture. You know, like it's like they call it an orange peel, but there is a fine texture, but it's clear coated.
Yeah.
It could be sanded down one more time and clear coated again because of the stripes, but other than that, we had 5 days.
Right.
Like, you know, we made a fender, we made a sissy bar, we did all the body work,
all the welding,
put the exhaust on. You know what I'm saying? Primed it, sanded it, painted it. Three different goes at it.
Yeah.
So it's
it wasn't just a basic paint job.
No, not at all.
Multi-step.
But in all truth, anybody could do it with a spray gun and a little tiny air compressor. You could tear that thing apart, spray your stuff outside like we did, and do the exact same job we did. Yeah. Don't know if you go to the stripes or not, but.
What do you think about Colton's growth through the process? Did he prove himself in your eyes?
Oh, I was happy for him.
Yeah,
very happy. Yeah. You know, I was very happy for him. I just wanted him to be himself and be happy and see. And you know, you don't know. Like I've always said, you only know what you're shown. You only know what you're shown. If you think about that for a second, like you don't know anything else like you've been shown. Like, but for Colton to take this bike, like I can tell him how I feel when I took, you know, a car to a show and won a trophy. You know, I did this, I did that, I did this. Well, now he knows the feeling of going to a big bike show. Is, you know, I don't know, a couple thousand bikes there, I'm not sure. But to go to a big bike show and win a plaque for fan favorite award, you know, I imagine it'd be quite a feeling, you know, after spending 5 days of tiredness and countless hours on it and riding in on there, something that, I don't know. Like he can say that it's cool and all that stuff, and he loves it, and he's, you know, all that stuff. But actually to get on that bike and to ride that in town, not knowing with the sissy bar looking the way it does and the paint looking the way it does, and you know the handlebars cocked up in the air with how loud it is, being is it a Honda or a Yamaha?
Yamaha. Being
a Yamaha, you know, even the Yamaha winning the fan favorites kind of.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, because that's a good thing. It doesn't, you know, what can I say?
I was happy for him, just like seeing people come up to him, shake his hand, and like him being polite to everybody. Like I feel like he was really soaking in the glory of like and pride of getting it done and being there and people.
So that will motivate hard work.
100%. Yeah.
That'll motivate hard work. So when he comes in the shop, that makes me happy because he's willing to go for it, because he's motivated by what he has and what he's done. And for him to go there, and like he said to me, he said, you know what the best part is? He said, when I get to go there and I talk to people, I can tell them exactly what happened to make this bike look the way it does.
True.
And I can tell them that I painted it.
Yeah, like if he had bought that other bike that he liked, the Sportster Harley, that was already customized. Like, how can you talk about it, what's been done when you didn't do it?
Right.
Where this one...
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so like I was listening in on the conversation there when I was filming, but we didn't have time to bury the stripes and more clear.
Right.
This is like, wow, that's cool.
That
Because he
knows
knew,
that,
you know, he knew that had to be done.
Yeah, that is cool.
It is. It's a good learning process. And it's a ride back and forth, easy on gas from what I understand. I think he's put like $8 in it so far or something like that.
Wow.
That's good.
It is good. It was quite a thing just to like for him to buy a bike that was inspected, didn't need anything. It was like something that he needed to get around for the summer, and then to rip it all apart like 2 days after.
That was another. That was
like,
a part that was kind of turning my belly a little bit because
it was a perfect driving bike before we started.
And then the producer came down the hill and said, "Let's do it."
I like the idea.
You like that word, producer?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't mind calling you. It doesn't matter to me. We all got to work together to get it done.
That's true. I just seen
A feller come up to me at the bike rally. He said, I watch you on YouTube all the time. He said, you're on there and you work for an hour. He said, what do you do the rest of the time? I said, I work to get ready for that 1 hour.
Colton was actually talking about that in the interview about how much, like we work for an hour on the video, but the entire day is revolved around that 1 hour.
Getting ready for that 1 hour.
Yeah, and like even after, like you have to finish what you did in that video
to move on.
To move on to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's a lot of work.
Yes.
Yeah, people don't realize, but that's okay.
And it's been very nice to have a couple days, like as Jolene, you know, played out what she had filmed.
Yeah.
And there's no reason, like she said, to put it all out there. Like just watch the process.
It was a 5-day build, and we revealed it on this Saturday. But yet we had multiple episodes filmed in a day that allowed us to have more days off this week because we had those episodes banged. So
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, we got some work done outside of the shop, which was good.
Maybe we'll show you someday.
Yeah, we will. What was your favorite moment of the whole week?
My favorite moment? I have to think about that for a second. I think when they called Colton's name for the fan favorite, and hearing Deanna scream. Yeah.
It sucks because we weren't there for the awards. Like somebody else filmed that and sent it to us, but it was cool to see like how excited she was for him. I feel like he's not going to get a bigger cheerleader than Deanne. Like she really is.
She's the one who screamed.
I know, but like she's genuinely proud and excited for him, and you couldn't ask for much more. Like to have a partner that really backs you and is, you know.
I just try to stick to that thing. Like you should think a little bit before you judge. That's basically, you know what I mean? Like I hadn't had time to think. I'm busy doing what I'm doing this. Like so it's pretty hard for me to be judging when I'm you know what I mean? I'm thinking about something different. But yeah, they're good.
Oh yeah. But I feel like we had a good time at dinner that night. Like just all the four of us.
Everything was fantastic.
Like it was a good team building.
Okay, yes, that was good.
You know what I mean? It was like the day before.
To be honest with you, Deanna made me laugh my whole off. Like I was quite taken back by her personality. It's funny.
Yeah.
And Colton's the same way.
Oh yeah, they're a match made in heaven, I think.
A match made in heaven. Yeah, it's different times, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. I think even Dwayne was amused.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
If you could do the same build again tomorrow, what would you change, or would you do it all the same?
If I do the build again tomorrow?
Like if we did another bike build, is there something like that you'd switch up for next time, or would you are you happy with all your choices? Would you have added,
it's hard to take in. Like what can I say?
Would you add white stripes to the side covers, or?
Oh, if I was due to do this again, would I change things?
Yeah, like.
Maybe I'm not sure. There may be a little white there. I'm not sure. Probably would have been the thing to do on that. And Alvin was saying there, saying maybe she had a little purple on this thing, you know, to make it come together, and it possibly could be done. Jolene thinks that bar going from the fender down should be black. Yeah. Yeah. So it disappears.
And we can still do that, can't we?
Yeah, there's all kinds of things, but I don't want to do it. Yeah, I'm doing other things. I don't want to do it. Like
you're disconnected.
I am disconnected. Yeah, I'm disconnected. It was a good time doing it and getting it done.
But we could even add pinstripes to outline of the white?
We talked about it in bed last night. I'd like a green
Green.
1/8 pinstripe.
What tone of green? Lime green, dark green?
Maybe that color of that tape wasn't bad, or just like a real pop color. Maybe a green in there would be pretty cool. But it does look good in the sparkle and stuff. I don't know what the camera's showing right now, but it does look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does look really good.
Mm-hmm. Some people, I've seen some comments that you can't call it a build when it's a paint job. Like, would you consider it a full build, or would you consider it a custom paint job?
I'd have to call it a build because we had to build the fender. Like, we had to build the bracket that held the fender on. We had to cut the fender to fit there. Mm-hmm. We had to build a bracket and weld it to the bike to accept the fender. We built a sissy bar on the back of the fender. We actually cut the exhaust off and welded the exhaust on.
Just the handlebar swap.
The handlebar swap. In order to get that done, generally, I'd say probably 80% of the people would take their bike to a bike shop and get their handlebars changed and get all their levers changed and get that stuff done there and all the wires done somewhere else. We did it in shop. Mm-hmm. To do and be just a paint job. That's sand and paint. Yeah, we didn't do that. We did a full body job to it. The whole tank was covered to get all the dents out of it. The side covers were repaired because of cracks and stuff like that. The headlight was repaired because of damage. All the fin that we made that welded onto the fender had to be filled to make it look like it was one piece and never been taken off. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's a build, and for, I don't know, if someone thinks it's just a paint job, I don't know, that's called, what's that
ignorance?
Called? What?
Ignorance, just not knowing or thinking about actually what was done.
Yeah, it's just being ignorant if it's just a paint job.
Yeah.
Right? It's not, and just a paint job is not painting it with stripes on it. Just a paint job is one color. That's not just a paint job. Yeah. That's a paint job. That's metal flake. That's sanding and not going through. That's taping off and putting stripes on it and clear coating it again. Mm-hmm. So
multi-step.
Yeah, it's not just a paint job. Mm-hmm. So anybody says that, well, that's okay. I mean, it doesn't really bother me because they don't really know. But that's okay. Basically, what everybody says, it's okay because that's not how I feel. I'm only going off how I feel. Yeah. I'm learning that more and more. Like, and sometimes there's, whatever I can say, like Colton is getting some flack sometimes, and Deanna is getting some flack sometimes.
We all get flack.
Jolene, we all get flack, but like I said, that's what they're thinking. That's not what we're thinking. No. So we're all good. We're all happy. I was happier than a clam in high water when he sent us that video of him winning that award. I mean, come on. We just spent 5 days to have fun and make videos on YouTube and changing the look of his bike, not thinking about, I didn't even know they had a bike show worth awards in it. I did not know that. Yeah. But
that wasn't the goal.
No, not even close.
It wasn't even on the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just kind of...
Because I wouldn't have done it if it was just for doing that, because we didn't have no time to... Yeah. Or I didn't think we had enough time to even,
participate in something like that.
Right. But it was fun. And it goes to show you something different will catch your eye. It don't matter if it's, if you want to... Yeah. Those who beat to their own drum shape the world, Geez, we'll see a pack of these going with the with the tails on them there, right?
Get some bingo balls hanging off of it.
I said hang a chain off with a hook, but
maybe a red flag.
I still, my vision's still not there on that sissy bar, but we'll see.
Yeah. To be continued.
To be continued.
Very good job.
Yeah.
Love you.
Is it all over?
I think
Questions
so.
all done?
I think.
Thanks, baby. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. I really have to thank everybody for all the views and all that stuff, the people that watch and that sort of stuff, because we wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys. Yeah. We wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, that's for sure. I want to say thank you very much. Mm-hmm. read a few more letters that were sent in a while back. Thank you very much. Some fine words, man. It doesn't, just anybody that we've inspired or helped with their project, or even just to, they've had a rough time in life and they can't do much and they're in bed watching TV and they get to watch us every day. We appreciate your nice thoughts and all that sort of stuff, and your thank yous, and
It's all good.
yeah, it's all good. Thank you very much.
We're blessed.
Yeah, we're blessed. We're too blessed to be stressed. Come back tomorrow, and no doubt we'll all be here.
It's true.
Okay.
True story.
True story.
Good job.
Okay.